This is the Syracuse Landmark Preservation Board meeting of July 17th, 2025. Present at the meeting are
Robert Searing.
Kyle Gregory.
Julia Marshall,
Jeff Romano.
Kate Auwetter.
Amber Dillon.
And Amber Dillon.
Thank you. May I have a motion to accept the minutes of June 26, 2025?
I move to accept the minutes.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay. Any modifications? No?
Good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are adopted. The board will now conduct the public hearing on today's agenda. First, the applicant or the applicant's representative will be invited to describe the proposed scope of work and to present any material or documentation regarding the proposal to the board. Next, persons wishing to speak in favor of the proposal will be given the opportunity to address the board. Then persons who wish to speak in opposition will be allowed to address the board. Finally, the applicant or representative will be given the opportunity to make closing comments to the board. Following public comment, the board may vote to approve with conditions, or deny the application just heard. The board may also decide to hold its decision until the next public hearing. If the hearing is closed, no additional information will be allowed into the record except for information that the board may request. The information will be available for public review with board staff. Kate, would you like to introduce the first?
Yeah, the first one is actually a continuation from the previous meeting. It's CA-25-17, a certificate of appropriateness for 350 Montgomery Street, Mizpah Tower. This is a window replacement project of a sort. The property is in the Columbus Circle Preservation District. At the last meeting, the board closed the public comment portion, so now this is a continuation for the project. So we can.
Morning.
Come on up.
Good morning.
State your name and your address, please.
Michael Frasina, 4531 Hollyshire Way.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You want to just run through, we have some photos of.
Yeah, so after the last meeting, or at the last meeting, I provided a sample of what the intended application was going to be, which was one-to-one replication of the windows above and below, the stained glass above and below, on a film, which was, I think the film that I showed you was frosted, and we wanted more of a translucent film so that way you could see the light coming through. And it wasn't to scale, so the board requested a full application to review. So what we're looking at is the full application installed on the exterior side of the building on a clear film.
And those are photographs that I took at different times of the day, 2 different times. One is at noon with a full sun, and one later on in the afternoon around 4 o'clock. Did
you say they were, I'm sorry, they're applied on the exterior, you said?
Yeah, so when we originally did it on the interior side, the comment was that you couldn't see the leading, and so the request was to install it on the exterior side so we could see the match from the leading above and below. So that's installed on the exterior side of the window. You'll see a slight color differentiation there because it's a photograph representation which was taken from the interior side of the building. So that way you can still get the color coming through on the interior side. But I think it's a pretty good match.
So you would be installing it on the exterior,
Yep.
and that will be durable enough?
UV
According to the manufacturer, it's supposed to be installed on the exterior, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, with that installation, because they got the thing and threw it up there so that way we could look at it, there's a little wave in it, but the application will be flat, just like the rest of the glass, and completely installed.
Anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in favor? Your son want to say something?
Do you want to speak in favor? I think your words will help me.
Anyone wish to speak in opposition, please come forward.
Definitely don't talk now.
I have to recuse myself, and because I've recused myself for each time for Mitzvah Towers. Unfortunately, there are only 4 of us, and you need my vote, or you need 4 votes because of the number that are here. So I'm going to say that we can comment, and we'll still have to keep it open until we have a full board, unfortunately. And I'll make my comment first, because I can comment, but I'm not voting. I think this is a good solution. It needs to be applied well, so that there is no bubbling and waviness in it, but I think that it's a good solution to what we have.
It may have just been one of his laborers that put it up there for the time being, just to get it up so you could see it. But yeah, we'll make sure the installation's clean.
And I'd highly recommend that you have additional, like, attic stock of the film, just to be sure, even though the manufacturer is saying that it can be applied to the exterior.
Yep.
Just so that you don't have to go through this process again, if the board, when we have full board, votes in favor. But I think it's a good solution. I don't know what my colleagues
I
think.
concur. No, I think that this is, I stopped by last night to look at it as well, and it was very convincing. So I think once they're all installed, it will be a very appealing solution.
Yeah, I agree. I look at this building every day. The museum's right across the street. I stopped by yesterday and took a look before I left, and I think once they're all up, the average passerby will probably not even know that they're a decal. So, yeah, I think it's the best solution we have.
I'm in agreement. The read of the film across the whole facade looked good in my eyes. My question to you is, did you meet your client's goal of being able to see outside?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Great.
using the clear as opposed to the frosted was a big help for that.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay.
So we're going to hold it open until the next meeting, unfortunately for you, because I'm sure the client wants to get this done. I guess it's your preview to move ahead in terms of ordering the material at risk, but
Well, I think the bigger issue is the major site plan review without having the approval from LPB on that, you know. That's the bigger issue. It's not necessarily the installation, it's the major site plan review approval.
Right, and, okay, so I can discuss this with zoning too, in
Okay.
terms of how we can move this forward. So, given the positive response from
I mean,
Generally
yeah.
in approval, but we can't vote on
We
it.
just can't vote.
Understood.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, perfect.
I'd like to introduce the next.
Yeah, next. This is application CA-25-18, a certificate of appropriateness for 322 Highland Avenue. This is a chimney demolition and reconstruction. It's in the Sedgwick Highland James Preservation District. And the applicant and owner is here.
Yes, this is Vince Forrester from 322 Highland Ave.
Yeah.
And we bought the house in 2017. It was already separated about 3 inches for a few feet or several feet. And now with the windows and everything, it's now separated a good portion away from the house. So the mason has indicated it's dangerous. And so the intent would be to demolish it down to the driveway level. He thought the box underneath that went down to the basement. He, as of now, thought that was fine. And so the intent would be to just rebuild it as is with new brick. Oh, so,
So,
yeah.
oh, no, it's fine, it's
I did bring samples.
slowly, there it is.
So yes, oh, sorry. So we looked at it. We like the appeal of this coloration, which I recognize is more red than the existing orange, from my eyes, orange. And so that was kind of what we picked out, but
I'd just like to mention, I did speak, the mason was unable to attend this morning, but I did speak to him last night, and he emphasized the danger of of this of collapse of,
Yes,
of the chimney. So
yeah, I do have. I mean, I do have many pictures of all the separation and kind of distances, but
and they have that in there.
Yeah, we have it.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
And this is public.
this is a public hearing. Yes.
So
Yeah, so.
is anyone else here to speak in favor?
No.
Anyone here to speak in opposition to come forward? If not, I think we'll close the
public
comment
comment,
period. And my only comment, which I said earlier, is let's try to find a brick that has a little more of the iron spots, perhaps, and which will probably get you an in-between color. I mean, recognizing you're looking at a more pinkish, reddish color than what's there. As I mentioned earlier, I have some samples that are from Paragon, and I'll let you know in terms of the name. But I have no issue with you're replacing in kind in terms of shape, height, and so forth, and it will be a usable chimney. Comments?
My only other comment was whether or not you considered reusing the existing brick.
What?
Reusing the existing brick? It looks like it's in good shape.
Oh.
It's a little more effort, but I don't know relative to the cost of purchasing new brick.
Jenna?
I
Is this just the veneer? This is a veneer brick? Or is this a full dimension
This is
brick?
probably a full dimension. Given the age, it's probably a full dimension brick.
No, what he's proposing.
Oh, no. The,
No, this is just the sample board.
That's just a sample.
Yeah.
It's not a veneer brick, it's
No,
a
no,
full
no, no.
dimension brick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, it's way.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot lighter to carry around that board.
Understood. Just making sure.
no.
they let you in with the brick?
I did mention it to the security guard. I said,
yeah.
I got a bunch of bricks, I'm meeting with the preservation board.
It actually, it looks
Orange tone
better.
hair, yeah.
Well, the color actually looks better than what we're seeing on the board in terms of texture. I would just look for something more with more iron spots in it. But, yeah, it's a full dimension.
I guess my comment, I see that, you were just here, I think, 2 years ago when you painted the house? Thereabouts? So
Yeah.
the red brick picks up on the new
Yes,
color of the house. So I understand that. I do have a slight reservation of the whole chimney color changing, as my colleagues have stated. Is this chimney still in use? You use it
We
for-
have, so when we moved in, I had it inspected. It had a wood insert. And the inspector said we could use it if we remove the insert. And for what, I don't know why, but he didn't recommend using it with the insert. And so we've never used it since we moved into 2017.
Just curious. I mean, it's a prominent feature on the facade of the house, and the change of color on it, I feel is it's a rather prominent change as well. So if we could look at the color of the brick, as my colleagues have stated, if you can get a little more iron speckling in it, with that, you know,
And
I'm fine with that.
if we're all in agreement, I would think that just bringing another sample to Kate would be fine.
It doesn't have to
For
come
your
back to the full
approval.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, sorry.
No,
So,
go
yeah,
ahead.
so, absolutely. So we'll go out and we'll try to match it. Our goal is just to get it done before winter.
Sure.
So yeah, so if we need to make it match more closely, then we'll make it, we'll figure something out to make it close.
I've already closed the comment period.
I'll make a motion to accept as submitted with the caveat that we're looking at a more iron speckled?
Yeah, iron spots.
Iron spots on the brick. And
As-
which
as a
can be
condition-
As a
as a
condition, which can be
condition.
submitted to Kate for her approval, but in general.
I second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposition, no abstentions, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great project, great house. Thank you very much.
Easy peasy. This is gonna be. I like that.
Good morning.
Are you gonna make it easy peasy?
I'll just introduce you just briefly. No, or the project. So
never
this
been here
is,
before.
so this is, we're out of the public hearings and just into new business. This is a referral from zoning. It's a major site plan review, 311 Gannett Drive, which the board has seen, or previous boards have seen on a couple occasions. So it is a conversion to mixed use residential property. The property is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and I had included the National Register nomination just for your edification in the board's packets. So here today,
Yep,
Jim
Jim Middle,
Middle,
in Architects, 239 East Water Street. Let me just start. Bob, that is a reverse image. That's, yeah, it's just the opposite from the other direction, just in case
Right.
anybody's confused by that.
No, I'm very familiar with this building.
Yeah. So
The reverse image?
Yeah, so as Kate said, this project's been here several times, I believe. So new owner now, Grazi Cesara, we're working with to develop this. 75 apartment units is what we're doing. No mixed use component at this point. There is some opportunity later on for some commercial space in the lower level and on that northeast corner near the substation. But right now, we're looking at 75 units in here. 1893, the original sections of the building with modifications. 1899, the office point part of the building along 81 that we all see. That had a fire apparently in 1910, and it was wood framed at the time, and then it was rebuilt as steel and concrete. The difficulty with this building for many has been just the big blocky footprint of it. So looking back at some of the old photos, if you go back up to the top there, some of these, they had some big section, big monitor skylights on here. Here's the opportunity to take that middle section into a light court, which would allow us to come around and bring some units looking back into that. So just so you all are aware, we have gone through Part 2. National Parks approved Part 2 already. We submitted an amendment because we're making a few changes and adding some units. That's still on Robin's desk at SHPO. But we've talked to her, and we don't expect any issues, just going through the process. So we do a Part 2 approval on this project. So I don't know if you want to walk through the plans at all. Anybody have any questions? But and also the site work. Much of the site is being dictated by the work Keppinger Freeman has been working with them closely. So here's a rendering of what we want to do. We want to create this entry court. The building's been painted. Originally it was brick, obviously. It was painted red, painted green, painted other things. So we're looking at some colors to kind of change the look and appeal of the project and make it pop a little bit and create kind of an entry terrace coming in on that corner of Ganant and Clinton. Windows, all the windows have lead and asbestos, and so National Parks is signed off on us replacing all the windows. The front office building is just a 1/1 double hung window. Everything else is a aluminum Quaker unit to simulate the steel sash windows that were there. And there's a few windows being closed in. There's an overhead door on the back there that they've asked us to do something that was a little more period appropriate. And then we're adding some venting skylights. In this middle portion here, the lake court area, which is in here, will actually be a ventilation space, natural ventilation through there. It's a light court. SHPO is that, and National Parks, they don't want us to turn that into a dog run and a cornhole and benches and trees. So it is just a light court at this point. So, questions?
Just because I'm curious, your last comment, so residents will have access to that space?
Yeah, they can access that. Sure,
Okay.
it'll be open to that.
It won't
Yeah.
just be landlocked.
And yeah, we're taking a look at in a terrace off the back as well. Haven't quite worked out the details of that. So they'd have access to that. And, the reality is people will use it. It's just there's no planned features in there at the moment.
Okay.
Are you doing aluminum clad windows in the main building,
Yeah, there'll
historic
be
front?
aluminum clad wood window.
And you're keeping the 1/1?
One
And
over
the
one.
other ones
Yeah, we haven't found
are
anything
aluminum
else that
replacement?
would indicate it was anything other than a 1/1. So.
I would agree to that. And the rest of them you said are you're aluminum?
Aluminum, yeah. It'll be a Quaker unit that simulated steel sash window.
Inside and outside grill or just inside?
Pardon me?
The grills are simulated?
The grills, no, the grills are applied. Yeah, they're not internal, but yeah, they're simulated, but external.
External only.
Yeah.
I think if they had approval of their part two, it's not going to be sandwiched, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be externally applied.
I would- Interior and exterior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would check on that.
Actually, they are internal and external.
Okay. That's-
Which, yeah,
that's
Makes
what I
sense.
expect
That would
as
make
well.
sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just making sure. Sometimes he's
Yeah, no,
tough to read.
Those ones are very small.
It's just the general notes, you're doing basic brick repair on the outside, cleaning, repainting.
yeah, there's really no new
The
addition.
color scheme that you've chosen, is that based on historic colors, or is that something?
No, it's
just
based
a
on-
new concept of,
Some options we're throwing at the client right now. And, just to create some interest and pop, so many people have looked at this building for so many years, so we'd like it to, and it's always been painted, so here's an opportunity to, it
Do we know what the original brick color was?
was red, yeah. Yeah.
I guess given that pretty much the balance of that whole district is all red brick buildings, I would have expected that would be the most appropriate sort of approach to maintain that as part of sort of Franklin Square neighborhood in general. So I don't think that there's another building over there that's not red brick or thing.
That doesn't bother me too much. My comment,
we-
as I'm looking at, sorry, just the painting of the original facade just seems erratic to me. The rest of the building, kind of like the modern addition where you've got columns and panels basically on the rest of the building, but the front with the pilasters, like, that to me just reads kind of busy.
Yeah.
I would look at that differently.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
we've
my
settled
only-
on a final here. And, you know, when we settle on final color schemes, we can certainly submit those as well.
Yeah, just
And I
more,
don't-
more of a homogeneous tone to the front of it. I think to me, it reads too busy for that style of architecture. The elevation actually reads really well to me, the non-colored elevation. But that's kind of my
I would
biggest
agree.
comment.
I think the massing of the building would look better without trying to compartmentalize bays
Yeah.
that really don't relate to the building as much. I mean, yes, structurally, you probably
Yeah,
have those bays
yeah.
there, but I think
Yeah, I
it would
think,
be stronger imagery.
yeah, Julie, honestly, I disagree with any of this, that I think the changes in color should be a little more subtle, if anything, and a little less of the piers and everything. And
Yeah.
some of the details highlighted.
But
Contrast is too stark.
I think that's what's getting me. Because you're going to get the shadow line, I mean, if those are pilasters, then you're going to get a shadow line anyway, and I think more subtle, but in concept,
Well,
I don't
Be
have
current. yeah.
any issue.
Yeah, and again,
I mean, and we're here just to comment.
you're here to comment, and, you know, we're taking,
Is it-
Yeah, I think that the mass of the building, it shows very well in terms of those pilasters without taking such a dark contrast to the field color.
Can you get to the east elevation? The front? Is that the only one we have? I'm just trying to see the cornice, because the cornice is just fantastic.
I think that's the only one.
There's,
Yeah.
yeah. Right. Just almost the scheme that's there now, how the lintels. Yeah, I would blend that out, but the main facade, if we can highlight that cornice work and the lintels, I think that's what really pops on that building instead of the two-tone scheme on the pilasters. And that's my major comment. The rest of the project looks fantastic.
You'll get a pop with the windows, you know, because it's definitely
yeah.
going to be punched windows on that particular
Well,
facade.
everything about it, I mean, the site work, the window, actually having doors.
Good project.
Contractors that call me and like, how can I get into the building? I said, just push the door.
Right.
There's been so many people in that building past winter. There was a crew in there, must have that took up residence for a while and stripped every piece of copper or scrap metal, whatever they could get.
That's down on your demolition cost. You got to find it.
Silver lining.
Yeah,
Yeah, but some
all right.
I think
poor
this,
guy is going to have lung cancer for stripping asbestos off the pipe.
Yeah.
Sitting there in the dust, you know, so,
Yep.
for $20.
I think this is great. I'm ecstatic to
Yeah,
see
no,
this
it's
building.
exciting.
Yeah,
it
it
really
really
kind of
is.
finishes up.
It'll be jarring to see it white
It
or
kind of
whatever that.
finishes up the whole Frankfurt Square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's a lot.
why.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can get used to it, but.
You know, we can't do much about the
I mean, a
substation.
blonde brick can work. I just think it's this contrast of trying to force some imagery with
Yeah, I agree.
contrasting color,
I agree with all your comments.
so. Okay.
All right,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Great job.
Thanks, Jim.
Comment in the positive.
Come back, see us soon. Okay.
You can't get enough of us.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I said, come back, see us soon.
Yes, actually, you will be back. Oops.
Thanks, Jim.
So the next, PPP's next meeting is the 7th of August. And I just want to take a preliminary poll to see if anyone's going to be out of town.
I
That
should
you
be
know
here.
of. You'll be out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of town. Okay.
That and the
That
following.
both meetings in August, that's right.
I have a dentist appointment at 9.
We'll get you.
That might be tight for me.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll see what and as long as Jeff is around, we're.
Right, are you around?
I have
Uh-oh.
a doctor's appointment, but it's later in the day.
But we'll need to make sure that we have a quorum that can vote, because I don't want to do that to Ms. Towers again.
And Amber was saying that since they are waiting on their major site plan review, right? Is it-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's major
Well-
site plan review. Go ahead. You can.
Yeah, so we already sent out public notice for the end of July, so they couldn't be on it anyway, even if you voted today. So
Oh, so
it's
we're
fine
good.
if it's on August, yeah.
Okay.
It'll be on the,
Right.
so they'll be able to meet that August.
Perfect. So we're not holding up the process.
No, you're not. You're fine.
Beautiful.
Anything else? Otherwise, I will ask for a motion to close. I mean, to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
A second?
All in favor?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for showing